Hey guys, my name is Phoenix and I'm from teddyairsoft, and I'm standing here with Geddon of Geddon's Games, and today we're going to talk about Operation Aftermath, which is an event that's coming up in April, right?
Yeah, April.
And a lot of people know, and some people do not know, what is Operation Aftermath and how does it differ from any other Wilson event that's around the world?
But it's basically, bar none, Operation Aftermath is hands down the coolest event that we do all year long. It's a 30-hour long experience, and unlike most games, there are no stand downs. There's no lunch break, there's no dinner break, there's no time to go sleep. You are in it for 30 hours. What you choose to do with your time is up to you. If you need a break, you can take one, but the game's not going to stop. The missions aren't going to keep, or they're going to keep running. It goes all through the night. And what separates this game from your normal mill sim is most mill sims are either historical engagements or modern, modern reenactments of modern military engagement. This is post-apocalyptic, which means after the apocalypse. It's 200 years after nuclear war. And it's very much influenced by the Fallout video games. We also take a little bit from things like Mad Max, Waterworld, Stalker, not any post-apocalyptic thing. But most of the props and a lot of the rules are very heavily influenced by the Fallout series. It's a fan favorite. We let our players choose the factions. We have 8 factions to choose from. So it's an 8-way game, not a 2-way game, not a 3-way game, but an 8-way game. Over 30 hours on a huge AO. And that's probably the best part about Aftermath this year, is that we're in a great new location for this year. It's DFW Adventure Park. It's about 1 mile from Texas Motor Speedway, north of Dallas, Texas. It's probably one of the best venues we've ever had for this event. It's large, it has lots of different terrain, it's got great areas for us to camp, we've got access to facilities, we've got everything that we need to produce this event the right way.
And considering the fact that it's a 30-hour event, are there, like in most post-apocalyptic folklore, going to be safe areas such as towns, so that way people who are getting strained from wearing goggles for hours on end could go and actually remain safe?
Right. Well, basically, most of the field is in play at all times. So when you're in those areas, you will have to wear your eye protection. But there is a town, and there is a safe area within that town that most all players can get to. And then the groups that are not allowed in that area, they have their own designated safe zones that are made available during the event. So if guys have goggle fatigue or something like that, they can take care of those items. You also can take your own personal tent onto the field. You sleep in the field overnight. Inside your tent is your castle, it's your domain. There's no fighting inside people's tents, so you can go in there and get goggle safe as well. And we also do, it's a mixed combat system. We have airsoft, we have what they call boffer, which is melee weapons, fault melee weapons. We also do a little bit of Nerf combat in there. Nerf is not the primary focus of the event by any means, but we have some special weapons that use Nerf ammunition to get it done. So technically Nerf is part of the game. During the night, the late night segment, the overnight segment, past 10 p.m., the game is cold field, and there is no airsoft and there's no eye protection required. So there will be quite a bit of break between the hours of 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. Sunday morning. No eye protection. We still recommend players wear safety glasses, of course, but airsoft eye protection won't be required.
And is this, from what I understand, it's also going to be a role-playing event, and with that in mind, are there specific rules on what attire one should wear for what given faction?
Right. Well, every faction has its own uniform requirements, but the requirements are all very basic, so it's extremely easy to meet the minimum requirements for any given group. However, this event heavily encourages cosplay similar to what you've got on. This costume could go either way. I would say this is almost more Legion than anything else, but you could almost pass off as just a really hardcore Wastelander as well. There's a lot of cosplay, a lot of guys love that part of the event. Let's face it, airsoft games have always been a dress-up show, and this really isn't any different. We're just dressing up for a different group, or a different storyline, or a different theme. So there's 100 different ways you can make your loadout for this event, but if you're on a budget and you don't have costumes, you're not into that, you absolutely can get into groups where you use your regular multicam kit or your regular milsim kit. We have a group for that. If you want to play a different group, but you don't want to build an elaborate costume, no problem. Simple colors of shirt and pants, they're available. Legion, basic costume, for example, black pants, a red shirt, something like this that you can make easy. You don't even have to go that far. Black shirt or black pants, red shirt would get you into the Legion, and they're very distinct, and we know who they are. And we limit the costumes and uniforms of other factions not to conflict with established uniform requirements, so that is a rule.
And wasn't there also a rule about body armor?
Yeah, this game actually features a body armor system. So with the melee combat, sports pads, this type of stuff here, like you got on your legs or on your shoulder, that would count against your melee attacks. So if someone hits you with a melee weapon and it strikes your armor, it actually doesn't harm you. By contrast, if you've got a plate carrier, you can take hits from BBs and survive that. However, instead of just shrugging the hit, you have to act out falling down and getting back up. But anything that doesn't hit your body, hits your armor, wouldn't count. That's where those Nerf weapons come in. The Nerf is a plasma gun, and it ignores all the armor and it vaporizes you when you get hit.
And what should players, other than wearing attire, bring to the airsoft field? Will there be ammo provided or
yes.
Any type of meal?
This event features a commerce system. If you played the Fallout video games, you'll be very familiar with it. We use actual metal bottle caps as money. You'll buy all your ammo from the system, or you'll steal it from other players, or you'll kill people and loot it from their bodies. This is a completely interactive system. All the items provided by the event, including ammo, are totally lootable between players. So we provide it for free. You get the ammo as you can acquire it, either by buying it, by earning it through missions, finding it in the field, or taking it from fallen comrades or foes. We also provide several different kinds of props and things that will help you throughout your missions, heal you, get you out of the dead box faster, things like that. It's all lootable. So we have a looting system. There's a commerce system where you can buy things. We even have a lockpick system. All of those things you can find on the rules, within the rules on our website. So we'll put links in the description for you guys to find that very easily.
What is the name of the website?
Go to airsoftnation.org, airsoftnation.org, click up on the rules. There should be an aftermath section to take you straight to the rules. There's also a store button that can take you to tickets. All the tickets are $100 for the whole weekend. That's with all the ammo, and you also get a custom wrist pouch that we have made. It's a custom nylon wrist pouch that actually holds all the different game information, maps, and everything. We call it our Pit Boy. That's borrowed from the Fallout series, and that's what it is. It's supposed to simulate a wearable computer with all the data that you would need to perform the game. Right there on the wrist pouch, it's a $30 value. You get that for free. So there's a whole lot wrapped up in that $100 ticket. Great venue, ammo provided, free wrist pouch. We've also got great sponsors coming on board, a prize package, and lots of other things that we're still ironing out at this point.
And I understand that this isn't your first year running this operation. How do you expect this year to be any different from the 3 years prior?
Well, we've had a great last 3 years. We've moved venues a couple of times, trying to find the right fit. We by no means think our previous years were bad, but we're always moving forward. We're always looking for the next bigger, best thing. The location of this venue, the long established history of producing large-scale scenario games at this venue. I think the venue really helps sell the event just because of how great it is. Not only that, we've got more props than we've ever had. We're better at making props. We're better at seeing how the storylines fit together. This is our 4th year to do the event, and we're very confident that we've got a great system in place.
All right, well, I think that pretty much covers about everything. If we've missed anything, like you said, they can look it up online on the website. And personally, I just can't wait for this event.
This is my favorite thing to do all year. I take about 6 months out of the year to produce this event in little stages. If you tried to do it all at once, your head would explode. But writing all the rules, making the props, organizing the captains and the team leaders, it's a long process, but I thoroughly enjoy it, and I can't wait for you guys to come out and experience this event with us this year.
All right. That pretty much covers all the information that I have at this time, or could ask for at this time. Thank you for sharing with
Yeah.
everybody.
Thanks for having us. We look forward to playing. airsoftnation.org.
And my name is Phoenix, and I will see you guys in the next video.